Coming up next on Bear News.
I'll tell you all about the celebration of their 94th birthday.
Just like that. Keep going. Let's go.
Coming up as well, we will have the bumper sticker story coming around campus.
Coming up in sports, the basketball tournaments are in full swing and the Bears are already playing. I'll update you later on.
And I've got your entire spring break forecast in weather.
We've got all that and more on this episode of Bear News. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us on Bear News. I'm Jamie Arterburn.
And I'm Megan Pressler. It's election time again. No, we're not talking Hillary Clinton versus Paul Ryan. We're talking student Senate elections. The candidates for 2013-2014 school year are out, and there are 19 people running. 4 positions only have 1 candidate. Oliver Bourne is the sole candidate running for student body president. Bourne is currently serving as the Director of Finance. Student Trustee, Director of Student Affairs, and Director of Student Organizations only have 1 candidate apiece. But the deadline for all the uncontested positions is extended through today. The positions for Diverse Relations and Legislative Affairs have the most competition, with 4 students running for Legislative Affairs and 5 for Diverse Relations, including John T. Major, who is currently holding the position. The final 2 positions are Director of Finance and Academic Affairs, with both positions having 2 candidates apiece. Elections will not be held until April, but it's never too early to start figuring out who you could be representing in the fall. Since the student body knows the names of those running, it is time to see what they can do for UNC. Candidates and voters gather for a first glance of those who are running in the 9 available Senate positions. Each candidate has a chance to introduce themselves and to explain to those in attendance why they are running and what they want to do if elected. The entire event is facilitated by Election Commissioner Lauren Zdanowicz with the help of those in the audience asking questions of the Senate hopefuls. Senate elections are April 10th and 11th. There will be a debate at 5 p.m. March 28th in Columbine B, and a final open forum will be held at 6 p.m. Thursday, April 4th, and will also be in Columbine B.
Cancer organizations raise money to help find cures for life-threatening diseases. One current organization is Relay for Life. Students get to participate in this event that's coming to UNC on April 5th. Bear News reporter Megan Pressler sat down with committee members for updates on the upcoming event.
We're very excited about our theme. It is Dr. Seuss, which everyone can relate to.
Our motto for our relay is, unless people like you care a whole awful lot, nothing's going to get better. It's not. This year, UNC is currently, and has been for the past few years, the top relay in the state of Colorado. Our goal is 80,000 this year, and we really want to make this a whole UNC-wide event because it's UNC and it's not individual, it's a collective. We have some restaurant fundraisers coming up, so March 26th we have a fundraiser at Red Robin. So if you go there, say you're with UNC Relay for Life, and 20% of the proceeds go to our relay. On the 27th, we have a fundraiser at the Human Bean off of 23rd Ave. So 10% of that goes to our relay, so go there. And then on the 28th, we have a Cafe Mexicali fundraiser. So it's right in a row, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And if you have a coupon, which we will have on our Facebook, we'll be giving them out on campus. But if you bring them that coupon, 25% of everything that they make will go to us. And some other stuff just about relay. Current registration is $10 if you do want to sign up. We have a team captain meeting on the 27th. So if you are a team captain and you have not gone to one, you need to go to one. We have our campsite selection, which is March 28th at 6:30 in Harrison Den, which is where you need, if you are signed up for relay, you need one person from your team to represent you there, because that's where you will pick your campsite. And then that following week is bank night, so April 2nd from 6 to 8 in North Lounge.
Students can still add a team by going to relayforlife.org. The UNC Mirror is celebrating its 94th birthday. February 28th marked the first publication of the student-run newspaper back in 1919. The editor at the time named the paper The Mirror because he wanted it to be a reflection of the university. The paper has varied from the number of publications per week. In the beginning, it was a weekly production. In 1969, it was published 3 times a week. This fall, it returned to a weekly production. General Manager Kurt Hinkle tells us about the history of the Mirror.
It's probably one of the oldest institutions on campus. It's probably older than a lot of fraternities, sororities, and maybe even athletic teams, besides maybe the football team.
The paper is looking forward to celebrating its 95th birthday next year. They plan on having an open house and making a special publication of the Mirror. It's snow one day, then sunshine the next. What can we expect for spring break? Bear News meteorologist Paul Ford has your first look at weather. Paul?
Well, Jamie, we can expect a little bit of everything, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Right now, it's about 66 degrees, around 27% humidity, and we're looking at a few winds, but luckily it's some warm air, unlike that wind chill we were getting this time last week. Now, it's feeling a little bit like spring, but it's not quite spring yet. Wednesday of your spring break on March 20th at 5:02 local time, we're going to officially hit the first day of spring, so keep that in mind. Might be a little good fun fact to tell your friends next week. Coming up in weather, though, we're going to talk about all the warm weather we're getting around here, and I've got your spring break forecast. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Paul. True to their tradition, the Friends of the Michener Library are holding book sales once a month on the UNC campus. Reporter Raymond Janoctonye gives us an inside look at this month's sale.
The main thing that Friends does is to raise money to be spent for things in the library that the library cannot budget for.
For the past 20 years now, the Friends of the Library Association has hosted book sales for the benefit of the Michener Library at the University of Northern Colorado.
The book sale that you're seeing right now is the main way that we raise money.
The proceeds of these monthly events led by hard-working volunteers go a very long way.
Some of the things that we have done through the years include a payment for the circulation desk, bronze bust of James Michener when we had his celebration here.
It's a nice way for them to give back to UNC and the Greeley community, as well as providing a way for students to get their hands on great books and so much more at a minimal price.
It's pretty cool. I was able to find about 2 or 3 books that were pretty interesting to me and helping in some of my classes and my readings for English. And it seems to be going for a good cause, so I'm really excited to find some more books.
Interested, I did find a book. Everything is illuminated. I saw the movie, so I enjoy reading the book.
Reporting from the Michener Library on the UNC campus, Raymond Janoctonye, Bear News.
Thanks, Raymond. Coming up after the break, we'll see what students have planned for their spring break.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
I joined Bear News because it's the best all-around broadcast experience you can get before working in the real world.
It's that time again. Students are getting ready to enjoy a week off from school. Reporter Melina Hodzik has the details on what students are doing over spring break.
Well, I have a few potential ideas, probably a road trip to California or the hot springs, or just go home if anything else.
Nothing much, probably just gonna work as much as I can over spring break and just try to learn to relax. It comes at a good time because I'm tired, so it'll be cool just to relax.
I plan on going home, which is Denver, and going paintballing for the first time. I bought tickets last semester and they were cheap, and I had never got a chance to go. So I'm why not go for spring break?
Whether you're staying in town or going out of town, I hope everyone has a great spring break. Reporting from the UNC campus, I'm Melina Hodzik, Bear News.
Thanks, Melina. We hope everyone stays safe this spring break and enjoys their time.
There's been a lot of comedies coming out lately, but I'm ready for a movie that has more meaning to it. Bear News Entertainment reporter Kristen Scovilage has the review on the film Quartet. Kristen, is it real good?
If viewers are looking for a movie with a lot of speed racing, action, and hot girls, well then this week's movie is probably not the film for them. However, if you're looking to enjoy a little romance, a massive classical music, and a preview of what your AARP membership will get you, then we've got just what you've been waiting for. The Quartet, directed by Dustin Hoffman, takes place in a London retirement home for opera musicians called the Beecham House. With the longevity of the center in jeopardy, there is an added pressure for the residents to host a successful annual gala, which has been the house's most prominent fundraiser after an unexpected illness, which rendered the headliner unable to perform. Ticket sales plummeted tremendously, leaving the residents in a very hectic state. When all hope seemed lost, the newest arrival to the Beecham House offers a fighting chance to pulling off a successful gala. The Quartet closely follows the interactions between three house residents, Reggie, Wilf, Sissy, and the newest arrival, Jean Horton, played by Academy Award winner Maggie Smith. The foursome makes up the finest quartet in English operatic history and could bring the house to an overwhelming amount of donations. But history between Jean and Reggie make it extremely difficult to get over that hill. Can they put aside their age-old differences to save the ill-fated Beecham House? The Quartet is a pureed blend of romance, drama, comedy, and lots of music. I highly recommend going to see this film, even if it means stepping out of your comfort zone.
Thanks, Kristen. Well, one thing's for sure, people around the UNC campus here sure have a lot to say. Bear News reporter Anthony Sechrist tells us how students express themselves through bumper stickers.
Look, people are communicating. Whether you think so or not is the only question. Bumper stickers have long been a way to non-verbally tell the world a little bit about ourselves.
Some want to express their love for their school, others maybe for their Greek life. Stickers ranging from psychedelic bears to Optimus Prime quietly yell out at observant passerbyers. There are simple messages and extreme messages. Messages about political views, equal human rights, and renewable fuel all voice modern opinions. Whether you have a little family or a whopping train of brothers and sisters, the world is now aware.
Bumper stickers aren't the only thing accessorizing our minivans and SUVs either.
License plate holders and specialized plates honoring years of service both speak wonders about who's inside. And of course, some just offer a bit of comic relief for everyday life.
So next time you're out on the road, take a look around to see what the world has to say. Reporting from UNC, I'm Anthony Sechrist, Bear News.
Thanks, Anthony.
Paul, I don't know about you, but I am ready for spring break. Can you give us an idea of what to expect weather-wise for next week?
Well, Megan, it's going to be looking beautiful. We're going to have a few ups and downs throughout the week, but I'll let you guys know that in about 60 seconds.
I joined Bear News for the hands-on experience, and so I could benefit from it in the future.
Welcome back to Bear News. I'm meteorologist Paul Four. As we can see outside of Michener Library right now, there are a few clouds outside, but otherwise it's been a beautiful day. And it's also been beautiful across the nation, except for around Illinois and Indiana, where we've been seeing a mixture of some thunderstorms and some snow showers thanks to this warm front that's heading through here. When it comes to Colorado, we've got these two high pressure systems that have been bringing us plenty of warm air to start off our spring break. When it comes to Colorado right now, we've got a few clouds off to the northwest right now, but otherwise pretty clear skies. Temperatures around the nation right now, we've got around 60s in Colorado. If you head farther to the east right now, we've got some 70s even to the south. But if you head around to that Illinois and Indiana area where we were talking about some snow showers, we're only in the 30s and 40s around their area. Around Colorado, especially northern Colorado, we've got some 60s and 50s around Colorado. We've got some 40s and 30s if you're heading into the mountains in the next couple days. But otherwise, we've got some beautiful skies. High for today was around 66 degrees, about 14 degrees above our normal. Low this morning was a nice 39 degrees, which isn't too bad, meaning you didn't really need to wear too much of a jacket this morning, and which is way above our average of about 22 degrees. Lows for tonight, we're actually going to be in the 40s around the area, only 33 in Greeley, and we're going to see some some teens to some mid-20s if you're in the mountain range. Now for tonight's forecast, we've got some 61 degrees at around 7 o'clock tonight, heading down to about 46 degrees as we get to midnight, and 40 degrees for your morning commute. Tomorrow's forecast, we're going to be finally hitting the 70s at about 72 degrees. We're going to have some partly cloudy skies with winds from the west-northwest at about 7 miles per hour. This weekend's forecast, we're going to have a chance of rain, about 30% chance of rain on Saturday at about 57 degrees, warming back up on Sunday at about 62 degrees. And then as we head into our spring break forecast, we're going to start mild in the 60s as we start into the week, but as we head Friday into Saturday, we're going to see another cool down and possibly a chance of snow showers. It's a little early to be able to tell with that, but we'll keep you updated here on Bear News. Now, March is one of my favorite times for sports, and Ben Warwick is going to tell us all about that. Ben?
Thanks, Paul. It is mine too. The Big Sky Conference released their yearly awards. Who from UNC took home hardware? Find out next in sports.
I joined Bear News because I wanted to be a journalist since I was little.
Welcome back to Bear News. Well, the men's basketball team looked to lock up a spot in the Big Sky tournament Thursday when it took on Southern Utah. Here's a squad now looking primed and focused on clinching another tournament berth. Let's pick up the action early in the first. Derek Barden not able to hit the lay-in, but Connor Osborne hustles up the board and tips this one in. Tate Unruh had himself quite a game here. He gets the ball up the court, nails the three, Bears up 8 early. Now, here's Tim Huskisson, just your average three-point play, right? Now, look again. Huskisson loses his shoe at the arc and is still able to finish the big play. On the defensive end now, Huskisson comes up with the huge block in transition. Second half now, check this move out from Tevin Sahovic. He gets past his man, finishes with a nifty left-handed layup, but the play of the night belongs to Tate Unruh. Here he comes up with a monster jam. Take another look at Unruh. Get up, young fella. Big dunk right there. The Bears would go on to win this one. Final score 66-58. One more look at that beautiful dunk from Tate Unruh. Following the contest, Coach B.J. Hill and forward Derek Barden both had great things to say about the team and how they handled adversity throughout the season.
Great team win. What I told these guys afterwards is I think I've been doing this for 15 or 16 years, something like that. I don't know if I've been prouder of a team.
I'm proud of this team. We fought from 7th to 4th, and that's a big step. We just, every day in practice, just practice hard, bust our tail every game.
The women's team took one last road trip, this time to Cedar City, to avenge a loss on February 23rd to the Thunderbirds. So could they get them back on their home court? Well, in a word, no. The T-Birds were a force from behind the arc, hitting nearly half their shots while keeping UNC to just 1 3 from Victoria Tim. DeShera Strange led all scorers with 25 and added 14 rebounds for yet another double-double. More on her a little later. And Stephanie Lee. Victoria Tim and Stephanie Lee both added 11 points, while Lauren Osdike added 6 and Lindsay Mallon had 5. The Thunderbirds held the bench scoreless in this one, and the two teams combined for 48 fouls, 40 of which coming in the second half. I'm sure that's not how these seniors wanted to go out, but they got another crack at the Thunderbirds this week in the tournament. Also more on that later. Well, it's no secret the women's basketball team has taken the court with passion to come out on top this season, but junior guard DeShara Strange has put a bit of her own rhythm to come out on top. Reporter Melina Hodzic has the story.
She has set multiple records in her career here at UNC and has helped her team climb its way to the top. But who exactly is DeShara Strange? We take a step onto the court to find out.
Sometimes we're dancing and stuff, and all of us are dancing, and Dee walks in and breaks one of her moves, and we all like kind of stand back. It's pretty funny, but she's pretty vocal before. It tells us like just get focused. She's one of the players that was really focused before and helped the rest of us.
Having fun with teammates and dancing, but when it's time to get serious and play, she turns her focus to basketball. Coach White tells us a bit about her player on and off the court.
She's one of our team captains. As much as she gives on the floor, she gives off the floor. She is calling her teammates, making sure they're okay, supporting them, talking to them, making sure, everybody's motivated and ready to go.
Being determined shows, as Strange has now made over 1,000 points in her career. But we all want to know the secret. Where did she get that killer jump shot from?
Just find your rhythm, and the ball is part of it, so if I dribble hard and pull up, it's going to go in.
I asked Strange what inspires and motivates her to continue doing her best.
Teammates, just like together trying to achieve this big goal of being champion. I mean, I've never been a champion in my life, so, that's really,
Pushing her team to succeed and come out on top. It's clear Deshara Strange is not yet done dancing to her own rhythm. Reporting from Butler Hancock, I'm Melina Hotzig, Bear News.
Thanks, Melina. We'll keep an eye out on the other records Deshara and the Bears are sure to break this season. Well, it's been hard to miss the men and women dressed in the white Claws Crew t-shirts at this season's men and women's basketball games. We wanted to find out exactly what makes this crew of student athletes so unique, so we sent out Bear News reporter Jordan Doucette. Jordan?
They are the Claws Crew, the group of student athletes who throughout the season have undyingly supported the UNC basketball teams. First, I spoke with student athlete Will Jefferson. Here's what he had to say.
What it comes down to is this is one university. It's not like, it's not really a basketball, football, softball type deal. Like if one of our teams is, out there looking bad, that's going to reflect on all of us. And vice versa, if one of our teams looks really good, it's going to reflect on all of us. So I think it's more about, like as players and athletes in general, we want to just kind of like unify all athletics here and just kind of really support each other because we understand what they're going through during season. They understand what we're going through during season.
Next, I spoke with another member of the crew, Bears wideout Sean Leslie.
We want to get their back, we want them to get our backs, and just kind of get that tradition back that we lost over the years. I mean, we try and we make it as fun as we possibly can for everyone. I mean, if you don't, we might say some things that are wrong sometimes, but it's all in fun. We're just trying to get everyone to come out and make the community together.
Finally, I talked to Bears star forward Derek Barton, who told me the support hasn't gone unnoticed.
The football team just get crowd hype. I think they loud every time we make a basket or every time I dunk. They just talk to me like, get another one. I think I got shout outs to the football team and our supporters of the crowd.
Always interesting to see what makes our student athletes so special here at UNC. Okay, here it is, the much anticipated Big Sky basketball brackets. Let's start with the men. The number 5 Bears will face number 4 Montana State tonight at 8 p.m. at Dahlberg Arena in Missoula. Number 2 Weber State and number 6 Northern Arizona right now at last check are at 57. Weber's at 57. Northern Arizona scored 34 points. That's in the first half with about 12 minutes to go. Number 3 North Dakota takes on number 6 Southern Utah at 5:30. The highest remaining seeds will play tomorrow night at 5:30, while number 1 Montana plays the lowest remaining seed at 8 p.m. The championship game is Saturday at 7 p.m. and the game will be on ESPNU. On the women's side, number 2 UNC won yesterday against Southern Utah. They finally got that monkey off their back, 67-56 against the Thunderbirds. Eastern Washington also played Montana State, Eastern Washington in the 3 seeds, 68-53, and Sac State defeated Idaho State, the reigning Big Sky champs, 73-60. On Friday, Northern Colorado will face Eastern Washington at 11 a.m., and Montana will face Sac State on Friday at 1:30 p.m. The championship game will be played at 2 p.m. on Saturday. All the games will be on Big Sky TV, and watch our preview show on youtube.com/UNC Bear Zone. And finally tonight, the Big Sky Conference office released their yearly awards on Monday, and UNC was no stranger on any of the lists. While they missed out on the MVP, 4 Bears were recognized as among the conference's best. Junior Derek Barton was selected to the conference's first team All-Big Sky list, while Junior Tate Unruh was named to the league's second team. On the women's side, no surprise here, Junior Deshara Strange was named defensive MVP for the second straight year, and senior Lauren Osdike was named to the conference second team. Kareem Jamar from Montana was named Men's League MVP, while Montana's Katie Baker was named Women's MVP. Right there. Folks, they are so good. Deshara is just incredible.
It's a great honor to have.
Absolutely. She's only a junior.
That's
already
incredible.
Back-to-back defensive MVP, and she's only a junior.
That's incredible.
She has great things to come for her, I'm sure.
After the break, we have your weekly Pinterest photo.
Stick around, we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Salut tout le monde, comment ça va? My name is Raymond Janoctonia. I'm the French guy from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Listen, I just joined Bear News to have fun, meet great people, and perfect my craft in the pursuit of my dreams. So I thank you all for your support. You guys are great. Je vous aime beaucoup. Merci.
It's time for our weekly Pinterest photo. Ever get tired of the traditional cupcake frosting? Well, that can soon be a thing of the past. Marshmallows are known to make perfectly onto that cupcake. Well, that looks good.
That looks really good, actually.
I guess I'll know what to have for dessert tonight for dinner.
Perfect. Thanks for joining us this evening.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a great spring break. Good night.